Welcome. This is the first video in a series of videos that will demonstrate how to operate JADA for internal dose calculations. So the first thing we need to do is go into the master directory, and there we'll see a hybrid planar spec M file that we can run. That will open this main GUI. And when we run JADA for the very first time, you'll see it's come with one patient that's already been loaded here, just a sample patient. This is patient 1 in the test database. Now when we first open up the GUI, we can just load patient. This just loads what information's already been gathered for this patient. So we can see this is a 54-year-old female, some injection information. So they were injected at 11:25 on July 26th with technetium-99m and with an activity of 800 megabecquerels. So just some of the regions that have been investigated for this patient so far. There's a tumor and some of these different organs, the kidneys, spleen, and liver. And we can, if we select one of these regions, so we'll select the tumor, we can see that there's actually been some planar analysis done, some spect analysis done, and a hybrid planar spec technique has been used to actually calculate the time integrated activity coefficient. So this patient's already been processed. What we're going to do is begin with another patient. So you'll also notice when you open JADA for the first time, actually there are two sample patients just in the sample patients folder. So this is sample patient 1. And now this series of videos will actually demonstrate all the steps you need to go through to gather this information, and we'll do that with the sample patient 2. So first thing we need to do is just begin a new patient. So we'll just add patient 2 to this test database. I will mention that if we want these databases, they can be used to group patients into whatever you would like to group patients by different studies, by different radionuclides, whatever you want. So for example, if we do want a new database, we just go up to File, Create New Database. It asks us what the name of our new database is going to be. Well, we can just say test 2. And now, if we wanted to, we could go into the test 2 database and begin a new patient number 1. But for now, this is just the second sample patient. I'll keep it in the same database. So this is the information for the first patient. If we want to load a new patient, we can just make sure we're at the end of the database by hitting the double arrows. And that will bring us to the last patient. There is only one patient here, so this is the last patient in this database. And then if we hit the single arrow, that will bring us one patient up, and now all the information is blank for us to fill in. So in the sample patients folder, you'll also find just a text document that lists the injection information. So this is some information that the user will have to enter manually. And for sample patient 2, you'll find that this patient was injected at 10:50. 2010-09-13, again with an activity of 800 megabecquerels. Once we enter in this injection information, we just want to hit update injection information, and now this preliminary information is saved into the test database and patient 2. There will be a separate video later that will describe how the data is being stored, or what data is being stored in this database, and how to access that. So the next video, we'll stop this one now. The next video will show how to proceed with a hybrid planar spec processing technique. So to do that, the next thing we're going to want to do is process the planar data. We do this from the procedure menu, and we're going to select this first option, select regions from planar images. So once we click that, that will bring us to a separate GUI, and within that GUI, that's where the next video will begin.